day everyone, and welcome back to the Alma Map Challenge on Alma, Missouri. Today is July 2nd, and we are down here at our alfalfa field. The alfalfa is now fully grown, and we are down here to cut it today. So we're just going to go ahead and start cutting. This is the first time we have ever cut alfalfa on this map, so this is definitely something a little new for me, but I must say I am very excited to see how this is going to turn out. But this does look like a really thick crop. Seems like this down here has really great yield, but that behind me, that bottom corner of the field, is just pretty alright. Either way, we should get some high quality feed off of this field for our cows, because we can definitely not have enough hay, I can tell you that right now. And not only this field, but we also have our two pastures that could be cut for hay. But as of right now, this is our only field of alfalfa. The biggest reason for that is because we are just going to test the crop out, see how well it does. And if it does really good for us, then we are going to switch over to most of our fields being alfalfa. Although it is higher maintenance crop than just normal hay, if you can get it right, the feed quality is very, very nice on alfalfa when in compared to hay. But as I said, we are just trying it out this summer just to see how it does. Like I said, we've never grown or cut alfalfa before on this map, but so far it looks great. This mower's taking it well, and it definitely looks like these windrows are pretty big, which tells me there's a lot of hay in this. We also might want to bale this alfalfa a little sooner than we bale our hay, because we want to keep the leaves on this crop even while it's on the ground, because it will help our feed quality a good bit. So we might throw the tedder on here. I'm not totally sure, but we're definitely going to leave it to dry in the sun for a little bit. But I'm going to give you another one of my opinions on this, and just kind of tell you that this is really fun to cut. I'm not sure why, but cutting down this tall crop is just so satisfying to me. And there's just something about running 14 miles an hour making hay that is just so weirdly cool and satisfying. I really do enjoy that. Even though I'm not totally sure that this disc bind could really run 14 miles an hour without tearing up or absolutely ripping the crop to shreds. And also, in typical fashion in this field, I just kind of go around the crop. I tend not to do rows because for some reason they're really awkward to do on this field. And you know, I usually just do what works best for me, so going around the field like this usually just, you know, works the best, cuts the fastest, gets the job done. And even though we are almost done with this field, we have one more field of hay to cut today that I know of for sure. But what I was going to talk to you guys about is alfalfa grows back tremendously fast, especially if we throw some fertilizer on this field right after we get it cut. Alfalfa will grow back probably double the speed it takes hay to grow back. So we will most likely be cutting this at least 3 times this year. It is kind of late for the first cutting, so maybe we will only get in 2. But hey, all I'm saying is we are going to be down in this field hopefully a good bit. But all that aside, this field is now done. Now that it's all cut and laying on the ground, I can definitely say it looks like there's a lot of hay on the ground. Our yield's looking pretty fair. I'm going to give it a solid rating for the first cutting. And we're just going to come up here and get this front pasture in front of our house. And as we drive up the farm, I will actually show you guys a few little things. First one being, since we're right here, we cut all of this wheat field, and we also baled the straw. And speaking of which, if I come over here next to the shop, this doesn't even look real. This looks like I cheated this many bales in. We were looking at about 5.5 or 6.5 wagon loads of straw bales sitting right here. But we're going to let that build some profit and sell those bad boys, which is going to rake in an insane amount of cash. But as for this pasture, we are just going to go ahead and get this field done also. I know I was bragging on that alfalfa field for growing back fast, but I'm pretty sure this field grew back really fast also. But I really do like this field as well. It's usually pretty consistent with its hay count. So now that wheat harvest has completely ended, I can definitely say that this has been our most profitable year in terms of grain and straw. Well, the bales speak for themselves, but you guys will see in the wintertime whenever we sell our wheat how much it brings in. But I'm thinking in a year pretty soon here, I'm thinking about switching up our wheat to rye, maybe even doing some barley. I haven't really decided yet, but wheat is doing really good for us right now, so I don't see a reason to switch every field up. But you know, just like I was doing with the alfalfa, it would not hurt one bit to just drill a field in rye or barley let it grow and see how it performs. And the big kicker out of any of those crops is we are still going to get straw out of any one we drill. But we are going to get this field done really quickly, and I'll meet back up with you guys to show you what we're going to be doing next. So I'll catch up with you guys in just a minute. Okay, and now we have all the hay cut today. I think this would also be a pretty good time to mention to you guys that the tractor is now out of the shop. We put it in the shop because it had already needed some maintenance, but whenever we were baling all of our wheat straw, it had a slight engine problem. But most of you know that Bill is an engine genius, so he solved the problem really quickly. And after buying a few parts, it is now back on its feet and better than new, honestly. When we bought this tractor, it had just a few engine problems, so most of the ones that are on it now are from us. But for the most part, we have kept it in pretty good condition. That's the first time we've ever really had to work on something really big on this tractor like that, but it's all good. And we just cut 2 fields of grass with it, or sorry, 1 field of hay and 1 field of alfalfa, which brings me to my next task, which is probably a little bit of herbiciding, because most of our fields that are planted with corn and now soybeans, well, as you can see, they are pretty spotty with some big weeds, which means that we are going to have to put some herbicide on them. But before we start, I do have to run in the shop and grab the herbicide tanks really quickly. Bill is also going to be on the tender today, carting herbicide for us, because we do have a good bit of land to get sprayed today. So I'm going to load this sprayer. We're going to get Bill down here, see how many fields we can knock out. So I will see you guys at the field. And we are now at the first field, one of our fields of corn. And as you can see, the weeds have gotten pretty bad in this field. And also, I'm not sure if I showed you guys, but we took out this little, if you guys remember this field, there was a little bit of a tree line right there that was like separating this field in half. Well, we came out here and took it down. I'm not totally sure when we did that, but we've done that now. And so now that gives us a perfect straight shot across this field. But this field is very weedy. Now I know we have sprayed fertilizer on our fields, but I don't think it's I think it's been a little while since we put herbicide, so definitely makes sense. It's been missing weed control for a little bit, but yeah, other than the weeds, the corn looks pretty nice. It's coming along good. We're just gonna go ahead and move on to the next field. We already got this one all sprayed. The sprayer makes very short work of these fields, and I think we are gonna head into town and hit those 2 fields that are closer to town next, and then we'll come back because the rest of the fields are down the dirt road. And I think Bill should already be down here with the sprayer tender because that is where I told him to meet me at. And I think we are going to go all the way down to the car wash and do that field first, and then as we're coming back up towards the farm we'll knock the other one out. Now this corn is really too tall, so hopefully we won't destroy too much crop, but it is very weedy, even more than the other field, and we don't want a bunch of weeds, so we're going to try our best to get as many of these out and save as much crop as we can. And also we are on the case with the sprayer. Usually we run the 8110, so this is mixing it up a little bit, but we are preparing the 8110 for something brand new, which you guys are gonna have to wait and see. It's just the Magnum is a little bit overkill for what the 8110 is doing, so but we are gonna get this field done. Also, both of these fields right here, 26 and 27, they're not very big at all, so we can make very good time on these fields. And I think this one might just be as weed infested as this one was right here beside us. I have completely neglected the corn, especially. I'm not sure why, but it's definitely due time for some herbicide. But we got these fields done down here. Now we're going to head back towards the farm and get the rest of the fields on the other side of the farm. We have like 4 or 5 more fields to spray. We don't have a lot more to do, but I mean, when you say 5 fields, it definitely sounds like a lot. Just imagine how bad it's going to sound whenever I'm saying we have 25 fields to finish, or 30. Now that's whenever we can start saying we have a lot of weeds to spray. And here is our next field. All this corn has shot up out of nowhere. It's all very tall, and it does look very good. All of our crops have done really good this year. The final test will be in the fall whenever we harvest it and check out the yield. But I'm excited to say that that's not far away at all, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. But as for right now, we're still stuck spraying weeds and fertilizing, so. But we do have a good bit more to finish today, so I'm going to get done with all the spraying. I still have a few more fields to get to. I'm planning on getting it all done this afternoon or tonight, and I will catch up with you guys in the morning. Well, it is now July 3rd, and today we are doing something a little bit different because we are going to sell off a little bit of our straw today. Not all of it. We just need a little bit of money. And also, we did just get done tedding this morning. Also, we just went ahead and got this field done right here, and then the alfalfa field. So whenever we get back, we are probably going to start raking, and then Bill will bale the fields. But until then, we're going to take a few loads of straw to the bale sell point because we are going to need a little bit more money for a purchase, because I refuse to take out a loan right now. We're just going to wait to do that. The prices aren't anything to brag about right now, so we're not going to sell all of our straw, just probably 2 loads, or we might actually end up selling 3 because we're going to have some more straw from our soybeans this coming fall. But we just got little over 10,000. I'm not totally sure the amount we had before we sold that load. Like I said, the prices aren't really anything to brag about right now, but hopefully this will give us more than enough. We are getting about 15,000 every trailer or wagon load, so we are going to bring 1 more load. So I'm going to bring these in here, and then I will talk to you guys about what we are going to be buying. And so, well, what our purchase is going to be, I did talk about it in one of my previous videos. And so what we are looking at purchasing today is these 2 fields right here, plot 28. But yep, we are just going to go ahead, and we have just bought this piece of land. As you can see, there are 2 fields here, and they are separated by this little road right here. And what we are probably going to do is put alfalfa on this field right here, and then this field back here can be another crop, or we might do something completely different with this field. I'm not totally sure yet, but we are going to go ahead and drill alfalfa because we need some more hay. I know we are running with a few pastures right now, but I'm hoping to get some more cows this winter, and we're probably going to put this pasture over here for more cows, so we need more space to cut hay off of that's not filled with cows. But we have plenty of time to discuss that later. Right now, we have to get the hay raked up so we can start baling it, and then we are going to head down to our newly purchased field, and we are going to start work on it. So that field was exactly what we were saving up the money for. And if you look at our bank account now, it is suffering just a little bit. We had like $140,000 in there, but it'll pay off in the end. We're gonna be a lot better off with that little purchase. The yield doesn't look super great on the field like as soon as we buy it, but we can always make it a little bit better. But yeah, I had a talk with the previous landowner, and he gave me a cheaper deal on the field than how much it was originally listed for, and so we are one more field stronger on this map. But we are going to waste no time, and we are going to go ahead and start raking this alfalfa. This alfalfa looks kind of different colored right here. I wonder if I cut the edge of the field a little bit and accidentally mix some hay in with the alfalfa. And even the windrow behind me from the rake looks a little bit strange, so oh well, as long as we're still getting some hay out of this, some round bales for our cows, either way. But I will definitely be learning from my mistakes, because this looks horrible, and I didn't even think about that. But for the rest of this field, it doesn't actually look that bad. And in terms of windrows, these windrows look pretty big, so I take there's a lot of hay on the ground. But I would say for our first time trying out alfalfa, it has gone really well for us. I'm also noticing that the alfalfa hay it's like a brighter green color than the normal hay. You can tell it apart in this the messed up rows on the outside. But we've got probably a few more passes, and then we are gonna head out of here and head up to the pasture, trying to get most of this knocked out before Bill gets to the farm, so he can just go ahead and get started baling. And okay, we are now done. I think this field looks pretty awesome. All these windrows look very nice. Definitely looks a whole lot better than the couple times we had hay on that field. Hopefully it'll start doing a whole lot better now, and it'll look even better to see how many bales we get off that field in total. So I'm going to leave that one to Bill, and we're going to go ahead and knock this front pasture out real fast. Alright, and now we are going to rake up this hay, and the hay on this field actually does not look bad at all either. Hopefully we will get a few more bales than we usually do off of this field. Usually we get about 9 to 10 bales. It would be nice to get 12 or 13, but I'm not going to be too worried about it because we will have cows in this pasture in a few months, and we won't really have to worry about cutting hay off of it. And well, I'm almost done raking all of this hay also. Bill should hopefully be here pretty soon, so he can start baling. Or Todd might be coming. I thought it was Bill, but it could also be Todd. And so I'm going to finish this, and I'm going to put the tractor and the rake up, and I will meet you guys at our new field. And now we are headed down to our new field with what I think is probably one of the coolest setups I've ever found in this game. We've got the 8110 on the brand new drill, and we are going to try it out today with a little bit of alfalfa. And this should be our new field coming up here on the left. It's up at kind of a weird angle, but this field does look pretty nice. And then we are just going to lower this down and get started. This drill will most definitely help us get done with fields a lot faster, and it's more maneuverable, and it looks so cool. And yes, if you're wondering, this is the whole reason we had the Magnum on the sprayer, is so we could save the 8110 for the drill, and it looks so cool. So yeah, you guys, this first field right here is going to be alfalfa, and then if you see right here, at the end of this first field, there's a little bitty trail right here that goes to the second field, and we are going to plant some actual crop in there, but I have not decided what we are going to put in there yet. But so far, I am really liking this drill. Awesome first impressions, and a lot of people may not think that this drill is a whole lot bigger than our old one, but it definitely feels a whole lot bigger. And I'm not sure if we were able to work at a 9-mile-an-hour pace with the old drill. I'm pretty sure it was like 7, maybe it was 9. But just what an awesome setup. I mean, this looks so cool. But yeah, you guys, tell me what you think about the field, or I guess I should really say the fields. I think it was a really slick upgrade. I'm pretty proud of it, and I think after we get a few cuttings off of this field, we're gonna rip it up, and we're gonna put some corn and some other stuff in the ground, and that is one whole lap around the field. But I have some pretty big plans coming for well, this field. I wasn't actually super sure I was going to get off with buying it, so I'm very happy we went ahead and went through with the purchase. And I'm very happy to say that we finally got to use the drill and see how it works. And this field back here in front of us, the second part, I do believe it is surrounded by trees. Just like those two fields in town that I really enjoy. And it is another big, long, and straight field, so that's also really cool to see. And I think I am going to end this one here, everybody. We have a lot of stuff coming up. I can't believe it's about to be August in the game. We've got a couple more summer chores to do, but we are ending off summer with a bang. And then before long, it'll be harvest time and combining time. Putting grain in the bins, and then before long, it'll be time to hit the train and sell all of it. But I have a lot of stuff planned to do. We are definitely going to stay very busy, and so just never know what to expect because I have a lot of stuff planned. But I just want to say thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope to see you all on the next one.